then I need my styles, right? New file. I need my styles, which is what styles.css is what the project wants us to do. Remember, so down here it says don't forget to do that in your HTML, right? Okay, so we make sure that we have a style sheet. All right, and then finally, okay, so finally I've got a 4-page website, right? I got my index, my survey, my tribute, my products. Cool. Wow, look at me. All right, so now I have to make them so they're all together, right? Normally, again, we would have one style sheet, or maybe we'd have one like main style sheet, and then the other ones just kind of specific to the individual page. Right now, my index is empty except for this awesome. Okay, so right now I'm gonna title it. Okay, I'm gonna give it a nice title, and it's I'm gonna call it Juliet's portfolio. All right, and that's gonna be up at the top. Now this title is going to be in the right up here, right? Kind of like when we hover over it, it's gonna be the same thing. That's gonna be our title. The head is done. Okay, well, no, that's not true. We have to have a description. Let's see what the actual, let's say requirements are. Let's start getting to that. First, I'm gonna minimize that, and then I'm gonna minimize this, and then I'm gonna line them up side by side. Okay. All right, just so you guys can see the directions as I go too. Oh, geez. Go back. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that was what we were doing. Okay, so we're building an app that is kind of like this, which is very cool. Hey, I am Mimic, a web developer. These are some of my projects. That's cool, right? I love this random quote machine. How cool is that? Wow, this is all really cool stuff. This is all JavaScript. I love it. I only have like a breaking brick project for that. Anyways, our projects are just going to be the survey, the tribute, and the product page. So anyways, our portfolio should have a welcome section with an ID of welcome section. When it says welcome section, it's being very cryptic. Really what it means is to make a header. Okay, that's the welcome section. So, body, header. Okay. Within that header, the ID space. ID equals welcome section. Okay. The welcome section should have an H1 element that contains text. Great. Okay, H1 is going to have some text. Okay, and then, here, that, okay, cool. And then it's going to have a projects section. Cool. Okay, so now I have my header. I'm going to put a main. Even though it says section, I'm going to put a main. Okay, and then I'm going to put a section inside the main. Okay. Yep. All right, so look at what I've done, guys. Okay, everything inside the body is what's going to be seen. And let's just go ahead and see what I'm seeing now. Right, show the preview. Okay, so I should have that. Unfortunately, if you screw up your code enough, it's not always gonna catch if you have the code wrong until you go into a validator. So VS Code does a really good job, but it's not perfect. So here we have this header. We've opened, closed it. The welcome section should have an H1 element that contains text. Guys, I'm going to turn this in too. Sorry, I didn't have this ready. Okay, turn this into a checkbox. Where the checkbox at? Come on now. Okay. This one. Okay. Projects section with an ID of projects. Okay. So the ID equals projects. Okay. Now, I'm not going to move on yet. I'm going to put my H2 element, even though it's not over here. Okay. So then I'm still going to have this projects and my H2. My H2, I have to have a title for every section, right? And since I've already used my H1 for like kind of the main title of my page, remember, when I say title of my page, it's both, okay? Title up here, title down here. Pretty much these, they can be the same, they could not. It really depends on your preference. So it's not like a rule that they have to be the same. But then when I come to a new section, I need another something to say, well, what now, right? I'm not just going to jump into these 3 different projects. I'm going to say, hey, here's my projects section. And I have the ID here, but then I have the visual here. Okay. And then from there, okay, so I did that. Give the section a title with an H2 element. I just added that myself. I added that for you guys. Okay, below that, now it sounds like we're going to have 3 different projects. Well, we are going to have 3 projects. It has a project section. The project section should contain at least 1 element with a class of project tile. Okay. Okay, so let's actually have, okay, we're gonna have a tile. Okay, so within projects, we're gonna have a tile. So normally you don't have it, there's no other semantic element that could go inside there. Maybe article, I wonder. Should an article HTML element go inside a section? Right? It's entirely acceptable to nest them either way. Although the document outline does not distinguish between a section and an article. From a semantic point of view, they're 2 different things. Oh, right. Why would a section element be placed inside an article? No, why not? Right, they're both sectioning. It seems natural for an article to have multiple sections. Sections are akin to an outline. On the other hand, oh gosh, you guys. Section defines elements in a document such as chapters, headings, or other area of the document with the same theme. For example, content with the same theme such as articles about crickets can go under a single section. Website home pages, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, that's so interesting. Outlines. Whew. Goodness, you guys. Yeah, this is gnarly. There's when you start getting into this, remember this is a project, a worldwide project. Web design is a project that people come together and they discuss what the best practices are, the W3C. So we don't have to get so wrapped up in it. I'm imagining we're gonna have tiles. In fact, I'm gonna do this. I meant to do this, guys. What's my wireframe here, right? Like, what's my personal wireframe? Well, get rid of that. My personal wireframe for this is, yeah, I have an H1. I have my portfolio Okay. And then that's like my H1. Okay. I'm looking for H1 here. Okay, which is inside my header, right? Okay, header H1. Okay. And then below that, I'm going to have some boxes. Let's see. I'm going to have 1, okay, 2, 3. This is the large screen, okay? This is my large screen. And then, right, because now I'm thinking about my responsive design. Large screen, okay? And then header, okay, project 1. Project, or like, let's say this is survey, tribute, product. Okay. Down here, is nothing. No, it's like short bio. Okay, so this would be actually a section. All right, so a section. Okay. I don't really have articles. Well, these cards could be articles inside my main project section, right? So let's see. Let me put a box around all this, right? And I can say, well, this is my project section. Send this to the back. I use this because I've been using software forever, so it's just what I'm most comfortable with. I should use other ones, but it's okay. All right, so I can't really put that there. My bad. Okay, let's go ahead. I know that this is a section. Okay, I'm going to put this text box. There we go. This is a section, and it's projects. Okay. All right, and then inside I have 3 projects. So these could technically be articles, or the article could be projects, and the projects could be sections. It honestly doesn't matter. And you could also just use divs. And so that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm going to do. And you will, did you see this? Like, if you go into this, you will learn so much. Actually, I love this. Let's look. So, we have the elements, right? We got the elements, sorry, the HTML elements, H1 to H6, 6 levels, right? Subheading, okay? Now, this has nothing to do, let's see, never use that, examples, heading 1, examples, heading elements, da 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 da, okay. Nesting, da 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 da. Headings, labeling, content sectioning, content examples, here it is. So we got the header, the navigation, H2. Primary navigation. Okay, in this example, screen reading technology, we'd see both. Literally, like, it doesn't matter, okay? What if we look at this section? We see it represents a section. This right here, this introduction criteria, that's, sections should always have a header first of all, okay? The other one, let's see, if we look at article, look at how many different ones there are. Good Lord. There are so many, you guys. We could go on forever. These are boxes. Okay. Article. So then an article, okay, look at these. These are all different things. They represent a self-contained composition in a document, page, application, or site, which is intended to be independently distributable or reusable. Oh goodness, sorry. So it could be a product card, user submitted, comment, an interactive widget, or any other item, independent item. You know what, you guys? This is definitely, oh yeah, sectioning content. Let me get into content category. Good Lord, look at all this. So much fun. You guys, it's a big, huge rabbit hole, and I just want you to know that. Okay. The flow elements. Flow content is a broad category that encompasses most elements that can go inside. Those are also semantic elements that have like actual, the tag itself has an actual meaning and purpose, whereas like a div is not. There we go. Okay, so we've got all of these. It's amazing, right? So many different things. And really what we're doing when we have 3 different separate projects, these are different. So for me, I would want to have them as something different. The section is projects, and each project is a little article. It's a little piece of a section, you know? So yeah, I mean, we could argue that all day and night. Good Lord, I should probably cut this part out, you guys, because here I go on a tangent. If we were in class, it'd be fun, but I know videos, I hope you maybe you just fast forwarded me, and that's good too. So the point. Okay. Whew. See? All right, so back over here, am I going to do articles for these? Yeah, I've decided that this is going to be the section, and I'm going to have an article for each of them. Article, survey, article. And then if somebody asks you, they're like, oh, I was looking at your portfolio, and I wondered, why did you use a section in articles? And you're like, well, because technically, each of those cards are their own entities, and they could be in different parts of my website and still be the same thing. Okay, so that's where I'm getting that from, based on MDN web docs. All right, so next section, short bio. All I'm going to have here is an H2, right? And then a paragraph, okay? And maybe it's a short bio and like my email address or something. Okay, boom. All right, so let's make sure there's nothing else that we need. Okay, so that's the large screen, by the way. A link, profile link, opens. Oh, okay, it opens our GitHub profile. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. Short bio with, come on, let me type. Okay, with, freeCodeCamp port, oh my gosh, portfolio, link, oh goodness, okay, and then, okay, so we have some other ones, these all have to do with, nav bars, everything else is CSS. Okay, cool. All right, so the project section should contain at least one element with a class of project tile. We have 3 survey, 3 survey, tribute, and products. Okay, so that's our 3 sections. Okay, so now let's do that. So this is going to be the easy part. I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, so first of all, each of them is going to have a class. So remember, I said this earlier, but a class is a reusable piece of CSS. We want these all to have the same look. So I'm going to do an article. Okay, and then within my article, I'm going to have an H3. Okay, guys. Why do I have an H3? That's the next level. Okay, so I'm going to call this one survey form. Cool. And then over here in my article, I have to remember class equals, what was it? It was a project tile. Project tile. So I'm going to make a cool little tile here. And then this is gonna go. This is probably gonna be an image and a link, but right now I'm just gonna have it like this, okay? And I'm not copying the projects again because that's introducing these 3 articles. And I have this article, and this article. And the class can always be the same, right? The class is a reusable chunk of CSS. So class, you can have as many classes as you want on a page. only have one ID per page. I mean, like, oh, I can't have another section with the ID of projects or any other element that has the ID of projects on this page. It's not going to work. Okay. And if your stuff isn't working, you want to check that. Why isn't it working? I'm going to give this, let's see. So I have tribute. And I would probably put tribute to and what it is too, but for now, that's what I'm going to do. And products / services for me. Just do products, whatever. Okay. Way to not be able to make up my mind. All right, I'm going to give these IDs, guys. ID of survey. Go figure. Oh, just kidding. I'm not doing it in the H3. Guys, you know why I don't want to do it in the H3? Because I want the whole article to be the survey, not just my H3 element. The article is the container element for the entire card. So the whole article is called the survey. Because I could change other things inside, but it will always be the survey article. And then this will always be the tribute article. Whoops. ID tribute. And then ID products. Okay, cool. So now I have these three, right? And you can see them over here. And they go a little bit smaller, right? Okay, so we have one. Okay. I'm going to give myself a comment. Why did I use articles in a section? Let's see. See this. Okay, so my reasoning is each article is a card for a project that could be used independently. Boom. Okay, cool. And it actually might do like survey form project, tribute project, product project, right? But even though that sounds redundant, it might be a good idea to do because of SEO, search engine optimization, just using those extra keywords or web development. We want to say something like that here too. All right. And we probably want an intro to the whole thing, right? We don't even have an intro. But that's okay. I think that's what this guy had it on. Just, hi, I'm Mimic, a web developer. You guys could do this. This is cute. Notice something. So the next thing is going to be that the nav bar is fixed. Fixed. Okay. And we'll get there. We got this. One link to a project. So our link to the projects actually, we can set up these links now. So, a couple things. So, first, okay. My brain's not working right now. It's not being like correct. All right. So the first thing in the header, the H1 Juliet Crocco web design educator portfolio. Okay. I'm going to have my nav above that. Okay. My nav. All right. And then inside my nav, they want the nav bar. Let's see. They want the ID of nav bar. Okay. ID equals nav bar. Cool. And then it says there's a couple of things. So in our nav bar, guys, we should be able to look at our tribute. Yeah, tribute.html. And we can copy this. It's on our list. I want to talk about why I named it like this. Okay, so in GitHub, here, I'll put it here real quick. Okay, in GitHub, single quotes only work for file names. No idea why. It's not the same for a style sheet, but definitely for the file links. I don't know why, but just if it's not working, if your links aren't working, that might be a reason why, so double check it. Okay, so right now I have the home, right, and I have my projects. Okay, so for me, we were going to do, well, if we were to continue on this project, we would have like projects and then a drop down. But for now, we're just going to have the links to our different projects at the top. Well, no. Oh my gosh, my brain. Projects. Projects is going to link down the page to this section. Okay, so we have home, which is just, and then we have ID projects. So it's hashtag projects. Boom. All right, so what that's going to do is link me. All it does is link me down here, but it doesn't move because my page isn't big enough for it to move. But there it is. Okay, so now I will have just these two things at the top of the nav. For now. Okay, and then I'm going to have links to each of my projects down here. Okay, so I'd really like the entire card to be a link, you guys. And so if I want an entire something to be a link, I wrap the whole dang thing in an anchor link, okay, an A element. So I could do that. I can basically wrap my entire article in one of these, right? Okay, so let's see what that looks like. It's gonna get a little messy, okay, and I say a blank, okay. This is the easiest way to do it. When I say a blank, it's like, oh, you want to go over here, yeah, and it gives me what the target's going to be, etc., etc. If it's going to open a new tab, and that's what I want. I want it to be a new tab. Okay, so it's not going to be an HTTP. It's actually going to go to my survey, and my survey, if I need to check, my survey is survey.html. So survey.html. Boom. Okay. And then this whole thing, it can't be a blank link. I'm going to take that. I'm going to cut it. I'm cutting the end of the link. And guess where it's going to go? All the way at the bottom. Boom. Okay. So now what's happened? Let's see. Let's see if it works. Okay. So right now, my entire article is wrapped in a link. The only problem with that, you guys, is that yeah, I guess there is a bit of a problem with that. It's almost like I would want the article and then maybe a divider inside the article to be the link. Because if I treated the article as its own separate thing, okay, sorry. Okay, that might not work. Let's check it out. Let's do it. Okay, so let's see if this works. If I click on this, does it take me to a survey form? No. Let's see. Nope. Why not? Let's hover over it. It's supposed to, but it's not. Okay. Survey.html. Okay. Okay. Let's go to a live. Let's see. Let's open a live server because that's probably what the problem is. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So it only works on the live server. And there we go. And there's no back button because I've opened it in a new tab. Now, do I always want it to open it in a new tab? Not necessarily, especially when it's, you know, linking to a project. So that's kind of up to you. I'm not going to demand a certain way. But I am questioning whether I should put the link around all the contents or around the article. I'm just gonna leave it around the article for now. Okay. Inside this, we can have that image. It had an image, right? And that was kind of cool. Your portfolio should have a nav bar. Okay, the nav bar should to navigate to different sections of the page, which we did. We have this projects and it's going to jump down the page, right? Okay. Projects, boom, right here. It can't jump. There's nothing to jump to. And then, okay, we're doing this. We're doing this. We haven't done that yet. I haven't done that. Okay. 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 So let's do the rest of them. Give this section and then each project. Each project should have a project card. Okay, here we go. And then, okay, we did that. I'm gonna do the same link thing. Okay. I don't think I want it to open it in a new tab now. Change my mind. Okay. I can just get rid of that for now. All right, I'm gonna take this whole thing, I'm gonna copy it, and let's see, I'm gonna put it around this next article, and I'm gonna name this tribute. Okay, it even tells me, oh, you want to go there? Yes, yes I do. And then I have to make sure that I close it. There's a pattern here. Okay, so it goes section, H2, link, article, H3, end article, end link. Okay. This is the same thing throughout. I am going to format this document and watch what it does. Perfect. Okay, so it's showing me this. Watch what happens when I close the section. This is how it should look when I close the section. My H2 is up here. And then this is a comment. Close that. And then I have this new survey. Okay, and I can put that this is this is my survey project card with link. Okay, and then I can do the same thing. I can kind of go, okay, here's my survey project card, and then down here, here's my tribute. Okay, and then finally, here's my products. Okay, and then we make sure that this is going to the right place. Okay, I'm going to copy it again. I'm going to wrap that link around each one. Cut that. Okay, if you ever see that red, you're like, oh, what's going on? Well, it will close tags for you, and sometimes you might not realize that, and so you always want to check. I'm going to right click and format this document again because it's getting messy, right? So, okay, here we go. That's better for me. They're all over here. They're in links. linked formats. So finally, I'm just going to put for our HTML, I'm going to put one more section and I'm going to call it ID equals bio. And that's just going to be my short bio. I am going to remind myself that, oh yeah, I got to have a link, right, to my profile link. The ID first, ID equals profile link, and then I'm going to get my freeCodeCamp. Okay. Let's see. Okay, and then I'll get it and I'll put it in whatever. Okay. For now, I'm just going to have that. Okay. So I'll get the link to my profile, put it in here, make sure it's public. Okay. And then this, and I'm going to say, check out my work on the responsive design project, or just certification. There we go. Okay, cool. And then that's it for now. Okay, so HTML, boom, done. All right. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's just take a look. Is everything in its right place? If I close the main, okay, everything is inside the main. The only stuff, okay, good. The header, okay, good. The header, okay, the header is in the header. Okay, the body, oh good, the body contains the header and the main. Great. Close that up. Cool. Okay, now I have a head and a body. Head has meta tags. Great. Title. Boom, boom, boom. I don't have a style sheet yet, so let's go ahead and link that up. Link. Style sheet. href. I'm going to have to cheat and look. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's... I go right from here to styles and then styles.css. Okay, so styles.css. Groovy. Okay, perfect. All right, so there we have it. Okay, so here's our completed HTML part. Now we got to get into the CSS. So we want to have at least one media query. All right, so I did the large screen. We should be doing mobile first, and my apologies for that. Mobile first design says, okay, design for the small first and then go to the large. So I'm going to do that. So my second, let's see. So my second one, I'm just going to show you what it's going to look like. So duplicate the slide. This is my mobile design montage. I sped it up so that you don't have to sit through all of my painstaking trying to get things exactly perfect. But this is what I'm going to do, because with mobile first design, this is what I should have done in the first place. Okay, I'm going to have my 3 articles on top of each other, because in mobile first design, we scroll. That basically concludes the HTML for our portfolio. So now really all there is to do, we got what it's going to look like in the mobile first and the large screen. And now all there is to do is to add the CSS and to put in the media query to say, okay, when we go from the mobile to the large, this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to use a flexbox for that. That's what that large screen is going to use, a flexbox with a direction row. It's a little bit complicated, so I'm doing it in a different video, and I'll see you on the other side.